Man, about 10 years now, about 10 years ago, Lord saw through my head and she saw I was quite fond of her. I thought she was such a beautiful woman. Such sweet pictures. And I'm seeing things online like she's coming out as a virgin. And I look, there's pornographic images of Lord on like porn sites with like cum in her vagina, looking back at the camera. I didn't believe it to be real, because I saw how stiff she was when she won a Grammy. Pretty stiff and on stage. Uh, and lately, I've been going through all this witchcraft. See, right now, again, it feels like there's a tongue placed on my forehead, pressure on my forehead, because I was about to do this podcast. So I rub my forehead a little bit and it goes away. Like tension. Right in my forehead. I believe that's Daniel Haim. And what I'll experience now is Lord telling me she actually did all this porn. And I'll get random erections. I'll be driving on the highway and I'll get an erection from Lord. I believe it's her. In my car, we will be like, swaying. Other times, side to side. I believe from Daniel Haim. And I've never been contacted by somebody and felt mistreatment where I've had my head chattered off. I'll be trying to run on the treadmill and Lord's like talking my head off, chattering inside of it. If you could put down a cell phone and someone's yelling at you, you could put it down, or chattering you off. You could hang up. But she's inside of my head, and I used to like her a lot, her pictures. I like her pictures when I see them now, actually. And I'll get all these erections. In between this witchcraft from, I think it's Daniel Haim. And, a lot of times, as a man, if you get an erection from, I guess, like a woman of any kind, you could get masturbate or whatever, relieve yourself, and you feel sharper as a man, like you're there in the head. And although it's crazy, it sucks because this person who I was quite fond of, her pictures and stuff, 2015, that's 10 years ago, but I haven't been able to meet her, between how devastating this witchcraft is from Danielle, how raped or molested I feel all day long from Danielle. Lord will be really derogatory sometimes, and she'll tell me she's a porn star in real life. and these images are real, and she mixed it with her pop music, and I was working so hard for so long to come up with my rock music, and she's telling me these pornographic images are real online. And then I go through these erections, and I don't have like any sort of attachment to any person at this time because I feel like a war criminal. And what I'm going through, I don't think anybody else will go through in their life. And what I'll do is I'll look at like any sort of porn if I want. And, now since I've been in here so long, heaven actually already came to me. I'll just do a couple small prayers for myself in the morning and then at night. Unless I forget, because, my head's being talked to all day long. Or I'm going through some physical pain all day in my body. And I guess what I experienced from people around me is some sort of guilt tripping. And I actually became a saint before them, And I can't believe the type of behavior exists in my life. Wow. We actually got to see heaven come to earth for me, you know. Going through all this witchcraft or whatever contact you could say. I don't know if they have some plan together, but, I'll get sad when she starts to talk about the porn, how she does. Lord has like porn online. I don't think it's real. But at the same time, when I go through all these erections and um, she's chattering me away, like, she can't wait to do it like a Kanye West song, like on some table at the White House with all these love enchantments on my penis heating up my body or something. It's so strange, and maybe like she's giving up on me as a person because she is a virgin or something, but maybe not. And it's just mean no matter what. And so I'll look at this fake porn of her online, and then I'll like relieve myself too. Now, and it could be any mix of these things. And in the meantime, my body experiences so much excruciating pain, just like the last 4 or 5 years. And also, like I said, I discovered I've been witched my whole life by this witch stuck inside of the chip in my head. But it's so overactive the last 4 or 5 years. This is the only time I've been talking about it in this series, Erections. And I prayed to Jesus Christ one morning when I was staying in my car, and I had this healing sensation the size of a hand on the back of my head. And that's the type of conversation I got to even find out about in my life. And even though I'll get all this sexual tongue pressure on my head, and they don't take the chip off of my head, it's really an annoyance. It's not like sexual for me, but it feels like a tongue. You know, I have faith, and although I complain about going through such hell, I'd need to, because there's real people that are responsible But that doesn't change my faith in believing that, I can have a good life and I can be a free man. I never knew I'd be a slave and have to go through sex torture from witchcraft or all this physical pain, this human torture. But I got to keep myself sharp, and I'll continue to keep myself sharp, and I'll have to do whatever I can in my whole life to help keep myself sharp, and get to only, invite people around me that are going to give me the right experiences, whatever it is. So, I know I saw a picture of them hanging out, and she'll give up on me sometimes when she's talking with me. But it's so crazy to see somebody like give up when they're talking with you. And, you know, like when you would have been fine without any contact and watching the TV and actually getting to work out and take care of your body better. I've got these like raccoon eyes and they don't leave me, because my body's got so much stress and I can't take care of myself how I want right now, and I want to live a long and healthy life. And so all I think about most of the time are my raccoon eyes and how I'm going through all this contact, this witchcraft, and whatever. And I didn't know I'd run into any of this stuff in my life. I thought it'd be valuable for me to get down.